Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Winston. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Off the play fake, Winston.
This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Winston. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. First down, Winston.
Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground.
Touchdown, Saints! Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
They start the drive with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Huntley to throw.
And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On the jet sweep, here comes Waddle.
And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
The Vikings had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They run again on first down. Cook. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
3 yards remain for second down.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I got to think, especially early in the year, That's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
Play action now, Winston. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting kind of rotten the last couple of games.
A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they come in this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play, because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Winston.
As this complete to Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it, because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Winston.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
They go play action. Winston. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara,
his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Saints 14, Vikings 7. Cairo Santos as we kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he's got some space here. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here. This zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's Huntley. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Final play of the half here, Winston. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
To throw, Huntley.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game. And there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17.
A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Jameis now on 1st down.
Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result, touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
21, Vikings 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Off play action. Huntley rolling to his right. It's complete to Cook.
And he has a big gain inside the 30 before being dropped.
That one good for 37 yards. Not that for a chain mover. They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Kamara.
They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Winston. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints use the short field to get in for 6.
The kick is good.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Vikings 10. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, he's got some breathing. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. but there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Winston's throw caught by Olave. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Santos' kick is up and through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worse with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley going up top. It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
To throw on 2nd down, Huntley. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Jalen Waddle
from 6 yards away.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Patterson back out there to send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On play action, Winston. He's got Hooper on the short connection.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Again, it's Winston. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Huntley.
Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here's Huntley.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
By Draymond Jones. A 7-yard loss.
Huntley. That's complete. It's Cook.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Oh, and he'll be tackled and covered up inbounds. They get another first, but they're working with no timeouts.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the